What's up, good people? We are back, and listen, it's Halloween, so we got an exclusive spooky. we got a spooky segment tonight, man. This episode is like a rare one. Um, we got some things that we want to talk about that we're seeing on a regular basis. So I thought that why not team up with my boy and have a conversation about this. So the exclusive is this: we are here to talk about on my podcast by word of mouth. Let me mention that first. We are here to talk about the dating scene as of 2023. What are the craziest things that are happening, and why is it so difficult to even attempt to date in this world right now in 2023? Is what we're going to be talking about. And I want to introduce my boy, the White Stallion.
I'm back
Now, this is my
again for the third time. Let's
this is
get
my
it.
boy, one of my good friends. His name is Chuck, and he's married almost 19 years. Him and his wife been together 18 years. His wife is like my sister. So, and for me, I've been in a relationship for 4 years. So we just gonna give you some facts from where we stand, and some statistical situations that I've looked up and saying, hey, this is what statistics saying about the dating scene as of 2023. So before we even get into this exclusive episode, I gotta mention, because I gotta say this real quick because we about to blast off. And I want to say a disclaimer real quick. Auntie Davis, it's gonna be some cussing in this. So we don't mean to offend some people, but hey, listen, some stuff is just gotta be said the way it's gotta be said. Nothing of this episode will be censored. We just gonna go and just speak our minds. So be prepared. Brace yourself. Do whatever the hell you got to do. But we going uncensored, raw as you can possibly be. Let me mention offhand, it is fall weather, and this is the great time for fall cologne. This is Shaga Food Oud by Swiss Arabian. This right here, all you need is 2 sprays. You spray any more than 2 sprays, you're choking everybody out. This is a great fragrance, especially for the fall. So Shaga Food Oud by Swiss Arabian. Pick that up, man. Definitely. Yo, Chuck, what's up, man?
What's up? What's going on?
We here to talk, man. We here to talk about the dating scene. We here to talk about what's going on out here, man. We want some real conversation, and
Right.
we discussed this before. So should we just dive right in, or should we just we set the scene up? Well, how we should go, man?
I mean, let's just go for it. I mean, I'm going to just put this out there real quick. Whatever I say, I mean, I'm trying not to offend nobody. And if you get offended, I don't care. I'm just putting that out there, I mean, but everything I say will be, based on my own experiences, as well as, just real life situations. So it is what it is. Like I said, my views, my opinions has nothing to do with this podcast or Dre himself. So if you want to get mad at somebody, just get mad at me. And like I said, send your comments to yourself. Go
and
ahead.
and y'all need to understand, when y'all hear some raw stuff on the podcast, don't be offended, because y'all see raw stuff every day in the world on social media. So if somebody having a conversation about real shit, then that's just what it is. You see real shit every day, so you shouldn't be, taken aback, or you shouldn't feel any way about it unless it has directly affected you personally. If this show or this episode or this conversation don't directly affect you, then you should have no feelings about it. You either say yay or nay. So we're gonna get into it. The topic is called the dating scene in 2023. How bad is it? How bad is it? So let me start off by saying this. Chuck, check it out, man.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
We hear a lot of stuff. We see a lot of stuff, and we hear a lot of stuff. Now, being that you've been married for almost 18 years, right? Some might say, who is he to say that anything about what's going on in the dating scene and how he feels about it? He ain't been on the dating scene in 18 years. What the hell is going on? What would you say about that?
Oh man. Well, I mean, let me see. I talk to my clients, my friends and stuff on a daily basis that are dating. So I mean, I have to pretty much immerse myself in their shoes. So it's almost like I am dating. Number two, I do date every week, which is my wife. So we go
Right,
on a date all the time, even
right.
though, we've been together, for 18 years and married. So
Yes, yes.
I mean, we still do date. But like I said, I mean, I deal with my clients, my friends. I'm giving them advice constantly. And from what I'm hearing, the market out here is just terrible. So it's just bad. And I'm just glad I'm not out there.
What are some of the things that you think you hear on a consistent basis about women or men, just overall in the dating situation?
Well, let me start with the men, since I am one. A lot of men are out here. I say about at least, I want to say about 85% of the men out here are soft as fuck. I'm just gonna put it out there. They are. They soft, they simps. I mean, they bend over backwards for a lot of these chicks and it ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, just talking to my friends, as soon as they meet a chick, they gotta wine and dine, 5-star restaurants, hotels, trips, gotta drop a bag.
Wow.
And some of these dudes do it. They just wanna, I guess, whether it's, short term, because none of them have long term goals if they doing that.
Right.
And my advice to them is you better off just getting a hooker. I mean, you gonna pay, just pay a flat fee, get your thing, keep it moving, versus having to keep dropping a bag. And as far as the women go, that's a whole
Speaking. Nah,
that's a
speaking.
whole nother topic. I mean, from what I'm hearing, I mean, and based on what I see, on a daily basis, man, a lot of these women just after, what a man could do for them, they just want you to drop a bag on them, take them shopping off the rip, and some, like I said, 85% of the men, I could be wrong. The percentage might be a little higher, but I'm gonna give them some leeway. But a lot of dudes copping into it,
Yeah.
so
Let
it's
me let me
crazy.
just let me just speak on this, man. What he's saying is right. Okay, there's a lot of dudes out here who will go out their way for a woman, no matter how she, just because she look good or because her body look good. But
Right.
what are they really looking for? Like, if you on the dating scene, what's your real objective? That's the point I'm trying to make. So you hear a lot of dudes come in and talking about they're looking for this individual. You hear women come in and they say they're looking for this individual. But what is your real objective out here in dating? And the only thing I want to say, I'm going to start off by saying this. The thing about women that I'm seeing the most, this is real talk. And I'm not saying, and I'm gonna be specifically clear. So don't try to twist shit and try to make it seem like I said something. I'm gonna be specifically clear on women. A lot of y'all want a man to have something that you don't even have. You want a man to have a foreign. You want him to have a big house. You want him to make 6+ figures and beyond, and you don't even have that. So I
Right.
don't understand how that's a realistic goal for a woman to sit here and say, you know what? This is what my criteria is for a man. And one of the things, he has to have money, but you broke as shit. That don't make sense. Help me understand that, Chuck. Help me
we
understand
should
that
we
shit,
we
man.
should have had a woman on this podcast
Hey,
to go
hey,
along with us.
hey, this ain't too
I
late.
mean, it's yeah. Well, I mean, oh man, it's shit. It's crazy. Yeah, like I said, based on what I'm hearing from my clients, man, and my friends, it's just as soon as they meet somebody, it's like you're gonna drop the bag, you're gonna do this, and a lot of women out here, from what I see and hear, and I'm, everything I'm being told, they want a dude that is constructed in a lab. They want the perfect man,
Wow.
and that's not going to happen.
Right.
I always tell people just find someone who is compatible to you and somebody who you can deal with the good and the bad.
Right.
I mean, that's always my advice to them, because you're not going to find a perfect person. Everybody got flaws and everybody got a little bit of drama, whether it's, from 1 to 10. I mean, some people have 1, 2, some people have 15. Like, when I met mine, I mean, I had drama that was, 100 plus.
Right.
It
Right.
was
No
over the
doubt.
top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women out here ain't willing to deal with that. So it's gonna be tough. It's tough out here for y'all.
You know what, man, and I'm gonna keep alternating back and forth. I'm not letting up. We gonna have a real show. I'm gonna keep it real. A lot of y'all dudes, what are y'all looking for? Ass or stability? Are y'all looking for a person with the body matter more than the mind? A lot of y'all dudes are looking for the wrong shit. Let's keep it 1 million. Y'all talk there's no good women out here, but y'all looking for ass and body. Y'all not looking for mind. Y'all not looking for stability. What kind of career does this woman have? Is she a nurturer? What kind of woman is she? What kind of values? Where she come from? Does she have a father in her life? Y'all are looking for ass and breast and all the other stuff, man. What when you're out here dating? This is
Right.
this is to you dudes out here. When y'all out here dating, what is the objective? If you out here and you in your late 40s and you still in the fucking club doing whatever, what is your objective, man? You can't be talking about there's no good women out here when you are in the fucking club looking for a woman. What kind? Listen, I'm
Oh,
keeping it. Nah, Chuck, I'm
nah,
keeping
go
it all
ahead.
the
I,
way.
I, I was going to jump in, but I'm gonna
Go
let
ahead,
you
go ahead,
finish.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Well, it all depends on the age range because if they, from 16 to like 24, they ain't all they want to do is get their rocks off.
Yeah,
So they ain't really looking for stability. Now, when you said 40 years old still in the club, shit, if you 40 years old and you still live at home with your mom, you know what I mean? Like what the fuck? And a lot of women out here accept that bullshit. I mean, you got a lot of dudes out here still living at home with their parents. If you're above 25, you shouldn't be at home with your parents. I don't give a fuck what your situation is. You,
absolutely
you
not.
have get a roommate. You know what I mean? But you got women that accept this. So and then you got women too. The same thing. You got a lot of women out here still live at home with their parents, scared to be on their own or whatever. And a lot of dudes, like I said, in that age range, they just looking to hook up and that's it. Now, like I said, from 25 and up, you should have your own shit. It
Right,
shouldn't be no excuses, no nothing. You should be looking for stability. And most women and men, they ain't looking for that. They just cool being at home, especially this generation. That's why I keep hearing all these stories. And no matter how much advice I give them, no matter how much I put out there to them, they still turn around and do the same exact thing. And they do what they want. And then they always getting hurt. They always getting burnt. And it's like I got to keep trying to fix this, every time they bring me a different story and scenario.
right. It's
So
crazy, man. And that's to piggyback off what you're saying is you're right. What is the standard? Some of these women's standard is through the roof. Some of these dudes' standards is below the average of what you can be. And my point is this: a lot of people use this scenario. I hear this all the time with clients. I can't find. Where are you locating or trying? What spots are you in? What are your environments you're in that they have people that are, you know, doing something with their career, their life, or whatever? Where are you at? Where are you traveling to? Where are you going? And that's the thing. You can't. You think about the little spots that you can go to that you may find a quality woman and she's not going to be in the club. Bottom line, she's not going to be smoking and drinking in certain environments. That's just not what you, if that's what you're looking for, cool. But you can't tell me, you can't tell any man that you're looking for a good woman and you in the
that
backyard
I mean
barbecue.
that's all that's all they got. They scared that like nowadays you can't even approach a chick at the gym,
Mm.
without you going viral for her calling you a creep or whatever. I mean, even in a grocery store, you can't do that no more without them thinking you stalking them or whatever the case is. So women got this. I guess it's something about whatever's going on with them that they feel like oh, you can't approach me. They so used to the apps on the phone that they think that that's normal. So when you approach a chick now, they don't know how to react, so they think is bothersome to them. So
So,
dudes are just turning away. Everything is texts and apps now.
and it's crazy that you say that, Chuck, because what it, what it, what are you supposed to do? Like even guys that come to women and They have, they just coming off straight good conversation, and the woman is like, "Get away from me," or whatever the situation. Why do you think that is?
Like I said, is they not used to being approached. So they so used to the app, the dating app, texting. They can't even have a real conversation on the phone no more or in person. So not 9 times out of 10, when you go on a date, you're gonna see both parties on their phone. They not interacting with each other. They just waiting for their food to come or their drinks or whatever, and they on their phone doing something else. So my what I recommend dudes do, honestly, go overseas. Go overseas and find you a chick that ain't got the technology and all the stuff that these women out here, these Americanized women, are just they want too much from a guy's off rip, and it's insane. And then these chicks got to learn how to be approachable. They not approachable no more.
I think with women, and I'm gonna try to come to your defense just a tiny bit, just a pin here.
Nah, don't do that.
Well, I got to, but I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of women do this. Now I've heard. I got a few women clients, and there was actually a conversation the other day. But I'm gonna go with this conversation that I heard. Women, y'all not making dudes have conversation. Y'all are allowing men to text you who they are. You're not having a detailed conversation with that individual. Y'all meeting up. Y'all don't have nothing to talk about because you didn't pick up the phone to have a conversation to see if you enjoy talking to this individual. Does he have some things that you're interested in? Y'all not making these dudes conversate. Y'all
Right.
going letting these dudes have one word syllables. Hey baby, what's up, shorty? Little mama, with all these things that y'all making these, I'm keeping it real. Y'all not making these men have conversations with you. So how would
Right.
you ever know what kind of quality man he is if you're going through a text message? You can send anything through a text message. You can say whatever, you could be whoever you want to be through a text message, but pick up the phone. Y'all not making these dudes pick up the
Right.
fucking phone. Why is that? Please help me. I don't understand this shit.
That's why I said we should we should invite a special guest, some chick, to come on here and explain that to us. But it's the apps, it's the dating apps, it's the texting. I mean, like I said, you can't do nothing with these chicks out here no more. So every one of my friends and majority of my clients, they all having issues out there dating. The ones that are dating,
Yeah.
and is they, like I said, they can't approach nobody. They can't do anything no more. I mean, women are offended, and then with this climate, you got dudes. Like I said, 85% of them are they just they just suckers, honestly.
Right.
So it's like I don't. I'm glad I'm out the game. I mean, I'm gonna keep going back to that every time I finish a sentence because I am. But I mean, it's hard out here. But like I said, the women, from what I'm seeing, the dudes aren't holding these chicks to a certain standard.
Mm.
Some are, like I said, that 15% is, but the other 85%, they just accepting and chasing after these chicks that ain't even worth it. And these chicks, like I said, they just out of control. I
Out
mean,
of
I
control.
could I'm gonna drop some gems later on, during this interview, but they ain't gonna listen. Steve Harvey wrote a book for them, and these bitches still don't follow. I mean, it's just like it is what it is. They don't they don't listen, man. They do what they want to do. So, and then the other thing too, I just read this article too the other day. You got more women over 40 that are single, and they out here trying to date and they can't. They don't know what to do, and
why
that shit is sad.
why you think that is?
Well,
Is it
why they
because it is?
single?
Yeah, you think why women in their 40s is overly single? What the hell?
Well, because like I said, I've said this previously, the whole superwoman thing, I don't need a man, I'm making more money than you, all this bullshit. So now when you at that age and you ain't the hot chick no more. Now you in your 40s and above, ain't nobody checking for you.
Right.
Cause men our age and older, we can always go younger. You're not gonna see no 18, 20, 25 year old going after no 40, 50-year-old chick.
Right.
You're not gonna see that. That's rare. So a lot of these chicks are, they on the shelf now. Like, they used to say they at the thrift store or Goodwill now. Like, you can't even give it away. You're too old now. Nobody want it.
And women, your standards is like, okay, let's say a woman has 10 things on her list that a man must have, which is high. If you got 10 things on your list, you're not willing to compromise with two of them. And that's the thing. These women want a lot of women. I got to quit saying, I don't want to generalize all women because there's a bunch of good women out here and there's a bunch of horrible women out here and a bunch of really horrible women out here. But,
A
but
lot.
yeah. So when you think about if you have a list of 10 things that you have that are pretty much, I don't want to say all 10 of them would be reasonable, but you mean to tell me if you have a list of 10 things that a man must have, I think once you get past five or six, you get
That a man must have or a woman.
that a man must have. Women
Oh,
that
for
have a
their
list.
standards.
Yeah,
Okay,
for their
got you.
standard.
All right.
A lot of women have a laundry list of what a man must possess and what he must be about. So I think when you get past five, it gets crazy. But a lot of women are not willing to compromise if you have 10 things. And if the solid most prominent things that women are looking for in men that he has, why are y'all willing to compromise on some of the other things when you know maybe all your stuff ain't up to par neither? See, women be digging in their bag of things that they want for Christmas, but they
Shit, on the
they
first date.
right they want all these things for Christmas, but their thing ain't together. And the thing is, a lot of these men and women, they mental y'all mental health is not together. People are getting in these or they out here dating and you got baggage from yesteryear. Your mental health is not together. You had a bad relationship. You didn't give yourself time to heal. So you right back out here on the dating scene doing whatever. And a lot of these things, some people are so desperate to have somebody. Y'all willing to
Right.
accept somebody without it doesn't matter what they come with. And so when you have these laundry lists of things, is the laundry list, does it add up to you too? Do you possess these same qualities that when a man is looking for you? And a lot of women don't look at their own self and say, these are all the things that I have that are qualified for me to be out here dating and to find a good man. Y'all just saying, here's a laundry list of the things that a man must possess, but I don't have to possess any of those shits, which I think is crazy. So a lot of y'all
Right.
are looking for somebody and y'all don't have half the qualities that y'all looking for. What the fuck?
Right. Well, the thing is, I'm gonna send this out to the women out there that's gonna watch this. We are simple. We want two things. We want you to shut the fuck up.
Oh,
That's one. And we just want y'all to be submissive. And submissive don't mean you got to be on your hand and foot when we come home. We just want you to, some cooperation. When we come home, we had a long day. Just shut the fuck up. That's it. You ain't got to cook every night. You ain't got to do all, X, Y, and Z. We just want you to be submissive and to just shut the fuck up. That's it. Simple. And if y'all can give us that, we good. But they can't even do that. You come home from a long day, they want you to do this, paint the house, go outside, cut the grass, all this crazy shit. We just work 10, 12 hours. Like, just give us some time to relax. Just, and they can't do that.
oh man.
So yeah, as I'm being honest, that's just how it is. We simple. That is clean cut and dry. That's all we want. Some peace and quiet, and just when we want some whatever, just be there for us. That's it.
And
Real
everybody's,
simple.
yeah, and Chuck is right. But everybody, and I just say everybody's submissiveness. I mean, I don't, we all have a variations of what that means. So that's Chuck's interpretation of what he wants. Period.
Just some cooperation. That's it. It's real simple. That's what submission is, in my book. If I ask you something or whatever, if I ask you to do something, just, fucking comply. If I need you to be quiet, just shut the fuck up. Simple. That's it. We'll talk about it later, whatever the case is. Give me some time to unwind and relax. That's it. Now, women that's a fucking jigsaw puzzle. That's a 5,000 piece puzzle right there. You got to figure all this other extra shit out. But I mean that's for people that want to deal with it, and most men, like I said, 85% of them deal with the bullshit. You know,
They say 50% of Americans thinks that dating is harder today than it is 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, they saying it was a lot easier to date
oh,
than it is
100%.
now.
That's because you can approach a woman. You had to. They didn't have all this, technology. So you had to, approach a woman, talk to her, whatever the case is.
Well,
And now I think with social media, or
true.
social media made it worse because now they always seeing, this is one of the reasons why I got off of social media, because social media is, for one, is full of shit. Everybody on there, nobody works, everybody's rich, nobody got nothing going on in their life but having money, having nice cars, and all this other bullshit.
Yeah,
And a lot of women see that, and they fall for it. And a lot of men do the same thing. They see, just because they see a chick with a nice body or whatever, they start DMing, you know what I'm saying? And the women, because they see a dude with a car, whatever the case is, they start DMing. So it's all a cycle, and social media fucked up the game,
it
in my
absolutely
opinion.
it absolutely did because they have this visual. They see
Right,
these visuals and they expect the next person to have the same thing that they see in these visuals, and that's crazy, man.
right,
That's It's really crazy. And also when it comes to these dating shows, these dating shows like my girl, like, she's into these dating shows, and I know she might, she watches these shows, but
right,
is that really reality? How much reality can you have on a dating show if a camera is following you 24/7? Are you really being who you really are? So I always tell her, dating shows ain't real. You may get a smidgen or two of reality here and there, but ultimately those dating shows are not real. And then people try to use those people's lives and try to want
right,
their lives to be like theirs when they out here dating. Well, this person was doing this on this dating show. That's what I'm looking for. When in actuality, a lot of times these people out here dating don't know what the fuck they looking for. So before
right.
you step out the door, what are you looking for? And one more thing,
Well,
Chuck. Go ahead, go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Yeah,
A lot of these people are coming in these out here dating and not being honest of who they are. A lot of these
right,
people are not telling the truth of who they are when you out here dating. The representation of who you want to be is the current thing out here. You're not coming to somebody saying, "Hey, I got some issues from this last relationship," or "My job is I'm moving up," or "I'm doing this and I'm not at the top of my game right now," or "These women."
right.
Hey, that I'm about to say some shit about men and women that I think is also a misrepresentation of who you are. Listen, these goddamn eyelashes out here, have gotten ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you got
Don't
on
forget the
eyelash,
nails.
you got on eyelashes, you got on nails, you got on hair, you got on all this other stuff. Who are you when that shit comes off? Who are
Right,
you? Dudes, you're doing the same shit. You wearing fake beards, you wearing fake hair, all these other things. Who are you? So are you representing who you are when you meet this individual? What are you getting when you out here dating? Are you getting 100% of the real person?
right.
And that is not happening out here. That's one good thing. Let me tell you a quick story, real quick, Chuck. Real quick. I met my we me and my girl met on a dating app. And I'm gonna tell you what she did that was so classy. This was the classiest shit ever. When she sent me a message, she had no profile picture. Because of her job and what she does, I'm sure she didn't want to put her face out there like that.
Right,
She messaged me and said the classiest shit that caught me. All the ratchet shit that I've gotten on dating apps was insane. But she said, if you are looking for a black businesswoman who is about her business, has, she said, morals and values and a bunch of stuff, hit me up. And she had no profile picture. And normally I would never at that point in time even consider having a conversation with somebody that don't have a profile picture because for me, it feel like you're trying to hide some shit.
right,
But that conversation sparked me to say, okay, this is what it is. And I was like, at least I'm interested, but at least show me a quick picture. And we communicated that that whole night over the phone. Right now, who my girl is today is who she was when I met her. There's not a lot of extra bullshit that
Right.
comes along with her. With some of these people out here, you're not being 100% authentic of who you are. And they don't find out who the fuck you are until like 3 months, 6 months later down the road. So I don't understand why these men,
Years later.
yeah, these men or women are scared to put the real person out there. And if the person dig you, they dig you. If they don't, they don't. But all this extra shit, and I know women, you're gonna have a comment about this. I get you like your lashes, but the shit's getting crazy. The shit's getting
Right.
outlandish. If it's you so scared to go outside to a grocery store or to the gym without lashes, then
Right.
you're not being 100% you.
Right.
That's my perspective. And guys, man, listen, if you can't grow a fucking beard, it's okay, bro. Whatever, do what you do, but don't. I'm keeping it real because how long can you put up this facade of you having what you really don't have? It's okay to be who you are, and that's the miscues we getting out here when you see people out here dating. And I'm so, like Chuck said, I'm so glad me and my girl got 4 years in. I couldn't imagine. I'm an asshole sometimes. I couldn't imagine being out here in this shit. COVID is out
Right.
here. COVID is out here. Fake
Shit,
lashes
fuck
out here.
COVID, chlamydia.
Yo,
They got a
just
fucking they got a new strand of gonorrhea that's fucking resistant to
that's
antibiotics.
crazy.
Shit, I'll take COVID all day.
That's crazy. And the thing is,
But
Chuck, go ahead.
yeah,
Let me say this. And the thing is, I wouldn't even want. I wouldn't even. I would rather be a recluse. I would rather be somewhere off to myself than to be actually involved in this cesspool of bullshit out here. Because
right.
if you got to sift through all this shit, it's too much. It's too much to do, man. For real.
100%. But I was gonna say earlier, it ain't just the dating shows; it's just reality TV itself.
Yeah.
So it got everybody full, and all that shit is scripted. But I mean, you got people with simple minds. I mean, men and women that believe the bullshit. That's why when you go out, I mean, just going to the grocery store, damn near 90% of the chicks look like a Kardashian.
Right.
You know what I'm
You're right.
saying? They got the fake ass, the small waist. Like, come on, like it's just out of control. All of them look the same, so it's just crazy. And then the other thing too is what I don't get with men and women, because majority of the people I talk to, they like, oh, I don't want to be with a chick unless it's they got to bring 50-50, this, that, and the third. Which in my opinion, I think the 50-50 is bullshit.
Hmm.
I mean, you because it's gonna be hard for somebody to bring that every day in, day out. I mean, and rephrasing on my marriage and stuff. I mean, I try to be on 100 all the time. I mean, sometimes I can't. So if I'm bringing 20 to the table, my wife get the other 80. If
Yeah.
I'm bringing 10, she'll bring 90. If she bring 10, I'll bring 90. Or she might just be burnt out. And I'm like, I got the whole 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how we go off of stuff. We balance each other out like that. So the 50-50 all the time is to me is bullshit. And I mean, nowadays it shouldn't even be like that. So what I recommend that people do, if you are out there dating men or women, I don't look for the 50-50. Just look for something that's going to be there by your side and that could pick up your slack. If you know some days you only bringing 70, let them bring the 30. Or if you bring 30, let them bring the 70, or whatever the numbers are. Because that 50-50 bull, that's just bullshit to me.
That is true. And that makes a lot of sense, Chuck. I never really thought about it in that aspect, man. I
Yeah,
haven't.
because I mean, we all humans. There's times where we tired or whatever the case is. I mean, just dealing with life on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, with me, what works for us is, we bring whatever we can to the table. So like if I'm down, she up. If she down, I'm up. Or sometimes we both up, sometimes, we both down, but one of us has to be the stronger one, what I'm saying, to carry that weight, whatever it might be, whether it's emotional, financial, whatever. And that's just my recommendation. Yeah.
And that's true. That's real talk. I think we are I think for me, I've been blessed to find my girl, man. I think that she's the last of a dying breed. I think your wife, who is like my sister's, the last of a dying breed. There's women out here who are really, really great women, but these guys, they look for other things. They look for other physicalities opposed to uh, internal things that a woman possess, like just a good natured woman,
Right.
smart woman, and career oriented. There's a lot of guys that don't look for that, man. They look for the physical first. So if you always
Right.
looking for the physical first, anything can look
100%.
good on anything can look good on the outside. When you crack that shit open, is it what is it? Like
Well,
what
that
is
that
it?
goes on both sides too. I mean, men and women do that.
Yeah,
Because I could pull up. Let's just say a dude could pull up to a chick, whatever, and he driving a Corolla. She's like, oh nah, I ain't, whatever,
yeah,
I'm good, whatever. And then you'll have somebody pull up, in a nice car, Mercedes or whatever, and they'll give him the time of day, even though that's not her type of dude. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And then the dude in the Corolla could have been her type physically, skin complexion, ethnicity, whatever the case is.
Yeah,
So I mean, and the dudes, like I said, we go based on physical. If your shape is right, your skin look good, your hair, whatever the case is. But I mean, me personally, like when I was out there dating or whatever, I mean, a chick could be as fine as whatever, a 10. But as soon as she opened her mouth, she is
right.
zero. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like it's just the bullshit that come out, the attitude, the personality is just terrible. And then, I've dated women that were, just average, but the personality, the conversation, everything was, right. And it made them a 10. You know what I'm saying? So since I started dating back in the days or whatever the case is, I never went based on just physical attributes.
yeah,
Like I need some mental stimulation. I need a
right.
conversation or something. And nowadays, these dudes and chicks, they don't know what that is. Cause I could just text something, you know what I'm saying? Like a dude could just text something to somebody and they'd be like, oh my God, whatever, but it's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's why a conversation, meeting up conversation, interaction is so important because you get to see, how the person, you could read, body language. You could tell by their body language. You could tell by the tone of their voice, the look in their eyes or whatever the case is. That's important. And I don't know if it's ever going to get back to that. And
that's over with, Chuck.
honestly, I don't care.
I, I,
I'm just trying to help the people that's out there doing this shit.
right. I often tell these young cats that sit in my chair, I say, man, you got to find something now because it's so bad out here. You got to scoop something up that you know is worthy because good dudes and good women are like unicorns, man. They like I said on the last show, like when the last time you seen a unicorn, if you ever had seen a unicorn, and just like what Chuck was saying, also like I've never been the type. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've never been the type to date somebody just on the physical, how big this is, how big this isn't, or whatever. It's just about how she talks. One of my main things that I was looking for in when I was talking to an individual, how do you talk? Are you articulate? Do you, what are you into? How do you eat? Those are the things, along with some other things that I look for. But a lot of people don't look for those things. They don't look for that
Right.
the nurturing things that the values that come with how principles and values is a loss. That's a lost episode of just
Right.
that in general. So nobody has any principles or any morals, so anything goes. So when you look, you're not looking for the core values of situations. When you're meeting somebody, can they speak? Can they carry a whole conversation? Can they put a sentence together? What are they trying to do outside of the physical? If that is a lost scenario, dating is lost, period, because you can't get
Right.
that back. Because as time goes on, some of the more it erodes away at things that were so important when you started dating Tony and I started dating my girl, and so on and so forth. So it keeps eroding away at the essence of what dating is. Understanding this person's career path and understanding who they are, their do's and don'ts, their likes and dislikes, and how they are as a person, how they were raised. Those are values that are lost. They're gone, man.
Oh,
Those
that's
shits
yeah,
is
that's
gone.
gone, 100%. That's out the window.
So my thing is now is I think I think the one thing that I find difficult, because we talked about this in the shop this week, I find difficult is, what do you, when a guy takes you on a date, what are your expectations? I mean, are you expecting this man to fill up your refrigerator? What are you expecting him to do? I mean, I don't understand. Like, what is a,
They
what
yeah,
hold on,
they
what is
want the
he
fucking world. That's what they want. They
that
want you to take them to dinner on the moon. That's
right?
what they want on a first date.
So it goes back to what I'm saying. So if a guy asked you on a date, he was respectful how he did it. What is your expectations of that date, of where you're going? If the whole legitimate conversation, or the whole date in its entirety is to in entirety is supposed to be to get to know that individual,
Right.
then why does it matter the environment that you, why does the environment has to be supersede this crazy 5-star restaurant and bells and whistles and all this stuff? Why does it have to be that if you're there to get to know each other? What is the problem? I don't get that shit.
Oh,
I don't I
the
don't
problem is, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is social media. Because the first thing a chick does when you take her anywhere, pick up, whatever the case is, especially if you got a nice car, they take pictures. They got to post. So, they want to go to a nice restaurant just to post some shit. Whether it's they plate, the name of the restaurant, or whatever. I mean, I've been, bro, I've been talking to my clients, and you got chicks yelling out STK, and they ain't never fucking been to STK. They just saw the shit on social media. They know it's expensive, and now all of a sudden that's all they eat now. I'm like, bitch, you was just at Taco Bell buying a $5 box. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. But most of these dudes, they fall for the bullshit. I
uh,
mean, like I said, 85% of the dudes, just because they want to get physical with them, they gonna do it. They gonna fold and do it. So these chicks think they got the upper hand, and that's a sad situation.
and this is why I'm so glad that I'm not out here in these streets, man. I couldn't, again, that, Chuck, man, let me tell you something.
100%.
Let me say this to you. Why even date then? Why even say you're out here dating? Then if 85% of you dudes out here saying, you know what, I'm
Social
taking this
media.
chick to the top flight. I'm gonna take her to, let's say a restaurant was on the moon. Let's say a restaurant was on the
That's what they
moon,
want.
right? I'm taking this chick to the restaurant on the moon just to hit that. Then say that up front. Then you should be that. Then don't say you out here trying to date. Say you out here doing what you want to do, because that's not dating. Because I'm
Right.
not taking. Listen, if I'm out here, Chuck, man, if I'm out here, I'm not taking. I'm not spending X amount of dollars just to hit that, because that's not where my agenda is at. That's
Right.
that's not where my mindset. I don't give a. Listen, I've always been that type, and I want to disclose this. I've always been the type. I wasn't pressed for that. I wasn't pressed for no sex like that. It wasn't. It's gonna happen, but I'm never pressed for that, and I don't talk that way. I don't talk with an agenda when I'm talking. I just have a good conversation. So
Right.
if a chick is basing how my car is and where we going, man, I'm dead with that. Then I don't want nothing to do with that, because she's only there for a specific purpose, and that's to get whatever she want. She's not there to have a conversation to see who I am as a person. That's bullshit
Hundred
for real.
percent. 100%. And like me previously, before my whole situation. I mean, honestly, when it came down to that, I just get out my car. That's it. It's that simple. Fuck out my car. Whatever. I rather just pay for a hooker and just give it $100, $200, whatever it is, and be done versus trying to wine and dine you, take you to dinner and all that bullshit. I ain't with it. Especially at my age now, I ain't with it. Now maybe the younger dudes, like I said, 85%, it might be higher, it might be low, but I'm going with 85. They with the bullshit, and everything is social media because they want to post, oh, I got this chick right here, blah blah blah, she look like this, look what she wearing, and the chick is like, oh, he taking me here, there, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So it's all social media, is all bullshit, and the dating game is all fucked.
So do you ever see anything changing at
No,
all?
No, that's why I said if something was to happen to my wife, make room for me because I'm out. I ain't dealing with this
And he,
bullshit.
yo, and I'm here to contest. He
I'm
did say that.
gone.
He out.
Yeah, I ain't with the bull. I ain't got time. Like I don't got the. I love my wife too much. I ain't trying to deal with the bullshit, man. I ain't not with it. It's too crazy out here.
It is mad crazy out here, and there's no answers to the bullshit. But if you're talking about 80%, 85% of the guys out here who are willing to, give
It's
in a
probably
full,
more.
I'm sure it
It's
is.
probably more, honestly. Yeah, because like I said, I mean, you got like all these chicks look like Kardashians. They all got the fake everything, and a lot of dudes, that's what they looking for, just so they could post, yo, look at this, look at that. Even if they don't hit, whatever, they still gonna tell their friends that they did. So all the friends are gonna line up and be like, damn, I'm trying to do the same thing, and they just all follow in line trying to do the same shit.
That shit
So
is
these
crazy.
chicks right now got the upper hand. So it ain't too many real men out here no more.
It's a lost cause, man. That's a lost cause.
Yeah,
But I also want to say this, man. I do want
preach.
I want to say this. This is one thing that I want to use as a quote. This is one thing that I really was just thinking about. It said, I put this together in my mind. If you're traveling to a new relationship, don't bring the same baggage and luggage with you to the new relationship. And that's the thing, because a lot of people are traveling from relationship to relationship to relationship with the
Right,
same fucking luggage. I don't give a damn if it's Gucci, Prada, Louis, whatever. You can have the nicest wrapped luggage, but when you open that shit up, the same issues and
right.
problems are gonna
Same
be
bullshit.
right. It's gonna be in that luggage, and that's the thing. Y'all need to fix yourselves, because I can say that for myself. I had some fixing to do. I wasn't ready for my girl. I wasn't ready for who I encountered, because she was a real woman. So I had to
Right,
do some fixing. I was forced to do some fixing. But a lot of these people out here, y'all don't give a shit. Y'all not looking in the mirror. Y'all not fixing nothing. Y'all just carrying the luggage with you, the problems with you, the issues with you through to the next relationship, into the next relationship, into the next relationship. And guys, if
right.
if Chuck is saying, if what Chuck is saying, and I believe what he's saying, if he's saying that 85% of you, I was about to say something, 85%
Shit,
of you,
95. Fuck.
95% of you cats are giving into this. If 95% of you cats are giving into these women that want y'all to drive these, we pull up in a foreign, go to the moon to a
Right,
restaurant, then you can't complain
right,
when women are demanding certain things out of you, because you are establishing that, you are letting that happen, you are making that possible for them, if you're doing that just to do whatever the reasons is. So if you're
right,
giving into that situation, guess what, you can't be mad. You can't be mad if a woman say, you know what, I don't have nothing in the refrigerator, so I'm gonna charge this dude. I'm gonna let we got we gotta go, we gotta go somewhere that I'm gonna get a to go bag and to drink or whatever I want to do, because I don't have no
right,
groceries in the house or whatever the situation is. Y'all allowing these dudes, y'all allowing these women to do that to you guys, because y'all accepting it, and y'all putting that out to the forefront. So we can't be mad if y'all got these women out here thinking they can do or ask or demand when they don't have nothing or a pot to piss in. For real.
right. 100%. I mean, it's, I mean, it's crazy, man. I'm like, I don't know what else to say, man. That's just what it is out here, man. And as far as our community, like the blacks, Hispanics, or whatever, like we so scared to get therapy when it comes to breakups and stuff. So that's why a lot of that stuff transitions into a new relationship. People don't get the help that they need or the healing they need before they move on.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes in. And like just me personally speaking, like I mean, once I'm done with a situation, I'm done.
Hmm.
Like I'm just me, and I'm just glad my wife accepts who I am, because I do a lot of stupid shit. So
Absolutely.
she just like, that's my husband. What the fuck? He gonna do whatever, jump off a building, out of a plane, whatever. I just love him. But that's how she is with me. So I ain't no way I'm trying to let that go. But a lot of people, they just won't do it, and I'm just glad. Like when we met, like
Mhm.
we were on pretty much the same ground. We all came out of a situation, we moved past it, and then we just so happened to link up, and that was it from there. But a lot of people can't say that, and a lot of people can't do that. And most people, what I don't understand is too, like a lot of people that are in their 40s and 50s, a lot of people are starting to get divorced, which don't make any sense to me. To try to go back out there in this dating market the
Sheesh.
way it is now is fucking crazy. And I got a couple of clients that been through that and are going through that now. And I'm like, bro, you might as well just stay. They're like, nah, because of this, because of that. I'm like, y'all crazy. I don't want to put their business out there. So
Yeah.
but it's just like it's just insane. I'm like, bro, you know what it's like out there? They like, nah, I'll be straight. Okay.
It's the Walking Dead out there. It's the Walking Dead
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
bad. It's bad. It's real bad.
I think
But
with Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
My bad.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm drinking. Go ahead.
I think if you out here dating, know what you're looking for. Know what you're in it for. Get what you can get and get out the way. That's my recommendation to anybody, man or woman. If you know what you out here for, do that, because I'm
The
telling
thing
you.
is,
Go ahead.
a lot of them don't know why they out here. A lot of them don't know what they're looking for. So that's another problem.
That is, get out there. See that you, if you don't know what, see that's the thing. If you don't know what you're looking for, that's like going to a car lot and saying, "I don't know what kind of car I want." You should already have an idea what kind of car you're looking for before you even leave the house. So my thing is,
Right,
if you out here dating without a purpose, you out here dating without a purpose, then get out the way and let the people out here who are looking for somebody for a purpose to be with somebody, to have a loving relationship, let them people have people out here, or make a path for people out there like that wants to have an interaction. But if you out here dating without a purpose and without a know-how of what you want,
right.
excuse me, Auntie Davis, get the fuck out the way, man. For real, because you're cluttering, you're causing a clutter. I'm trying not to
It
cuss.
causing
a,
yeah, a
a
clusterfuck.
clusterfuck. you call you,
Basically,
yeah, you causing a clusterfuck of people. You jamming everything up. So my recommendation to people: know what you're looking for. Get in a
right,
lane and know what you're looking for, because in the midst of all this Walking Dead out here, because that's what it is.
right,
Amidst all this
100%.
of all this Walking Dead out here, there's some good people out here. There's some good women out here. There's some good dudes out here that ain't with the bullshit, that want to get to know you. You want to get to know them, that have, they present 100% of who they are from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That you can
Right,
build with. But a lot of y'all don't know what y'all want, so you in the midst of all this bullshit, and you take bullshit and you give bullshit. That's real
right.
talk.
Well, they looking for perfect. There's nothing perfect out there. There's somebody. Everybody got some type of flaw.
And you
So it's
and you know what, Chuck? Not to cut you out. Let me tell you something. Remember the
good.
conversation we had this week? We had a conversation, and I'm gonna try to word it where, if my client listens to this, they won't know who I'm talking about. But it really bothered me because this person has a daughter, and the daughter's in a certain branch of service, and she has a certain job. Now
All
she
right,
has these high standards. Her daughter has these high standards, but if with other people in the same branch of service that she in, but
right,
you get discouraged because you can't find nobody. If you're doing well, and somebody's doing or you're doing weller, and somebody's doing well, do you knock them because they're not where you at, but they're still a great person? They still have great ambitions. They still moving up. Don't knock somebody because they're not at the level you at the moment. You have no idea what this person's potential is. You don't have no idea who this person is until you had a conversation. But trying to belittle somebody because they're not on
right,
the level that you are at the moment, and I'm
right,
emphasizing that, at the moment, you can't be discouraged when you can't find somebody because your
Right.
standards are through the roof. Come on, man. That's that was
Right.
crazy to hear that. I was like, what? They're in the same branch of service, but she has a certain job and the other guy has a certain job, and because you think your job is more, I don't know,
Right.
prominent or whatever, this person ain't a susceptible candidate. That's crazy.
Well, well, the thing is, what women fail to realize is the more money a man makes, whether he, millionaire, in that category, the more susceptible. I can't even fucking
Accessible.
pronounce my words.
Accessible.
The more, yeah, the more chances of him, having other women are
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
So there's no way you're gonna get a man that's, working, 20 hours a day, traveling around the world, whatever, on business, that's not going to have other women. But women don't see that. They just see, oh, I got a nice car, I got a nice house, I got the bags, blah, blah, blah. But this man got a whole entire family across the country. You know what I mean? So is that's just what it is. So women keep chasing that, thinking that, oh, he gonna love me because I look this way, I'm pretty. Nah, that's not the case. There's a million of y'all out there, especially in other countries that have less and would appreciate a man in that position. So I just think these women need to just, deal with reality, which they don't, but they need to, in order for them to find happiness. Because that's what everybody chasing. Everybody chasing happiness.
Right.
Everybody wants to be happy. That's why they say the best things in life are free.
Yeah.
And the free things are the hardest things to acquire, which is happiness and love. And very few people get to experience that. But majority of the people don't see it that way, which is crazy. And it's right there in our face, but they don't see it that way.
Yeah, you're right, Chuck. You're speaking a little knowledge today. That bottle got you speaking a little knowledge today. Look at him.
Oh yeah.
So,
But yeah, so that's just what it is, man. So I don't know what's going on, and I'm, like I said, I ain't out there. I'm just going based on the stories I'm being told, the advice I'm trying to give, the questions that are being asked to me. So um, yeah, that's what it is, man.
yeah. And y'all have to be honest with, yeah, these people have to be honest with themselves, Chuck. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not honest with what's really happening out here. And again, I mean,
Well, they
even
not
when
social
even
media.
yeah, even when I'm having so many stories in my head. Like there was a me and my girl went out.
Preach.
Me and my girl went out to her cousin's birthday party. It was an all pink party, and I'm like, I want to be out here with this shit in nobody's club, but it's her. So I was like, okay, cool, well, I'll support. Man, listen, if that's any indication of what's out here, the shit that I saw,
That's what's out there.
the shit that I
That's
saw,
exactly what's out there.
if I had a video recorder of the shit that I saw, I'm gonna tell y'all something, men and women. I feel sorry for you. Now I'm not just saying that because I found somebody that I love. It's really bad out here because the shit that I saw, women are not trying to hide anything. They're not trying to hide no parts of their body. Dudes are doing their best impression to make it seem like they worth millions of dollars to get what they're seeing. It's just a clusterfuck of bullshit. Like if you got guys out here who have, you never know who's who. So if you got a guy out here who has his shit together and is looking for a great individual, a lot of women are not putting their best foot forward. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of the shit that they feel like men want. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you this, and people can refute it, dispute it, whatever the situation is. Good dudes want real women with real bodies. You know what I'm saying? With like not altering your shit to a crazy degree. Not nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Listen, nobody wants that attention brought to
Right.
themselves. So when you ask a real guy, whether he's average, successful, whatever, a real dude who's looking for a real queen, all the extra added bullshit, if it's naturally her, cool. But the added shit, why? Nobody wants that shit.
Right.
Nobody wants that shit. So when you women out here, I'm telling y'all, On a yearly basis, me and Chuck probably see about what 1,000 people, Chuck, coming in and out the shop. More
Probably
than
more than that, but yeah, roughly, yeah, give or
a
take.
thousand, 1,000 interactions with 1,000 different ethnics, men, women, whatever,
Personalities,
personality,
everything. Yeah,
everything. So when you talk, when you're asking, well, who the hell are they to say what? That's we are a prime example of why we can say this, because we have so many different interactions with so many different
right,
kinds of people, and we see so many different types of walks of life. We can say that we have clients that sit in our chair on a regular basis, so many that have so many stories. So we are prime candidates to tell y'all this story. And I'm telling y'all, real dudes want real women to be themselves. Whatever, I can see you throwing on some makeup every once in a while or whatever you want to do, but all that
right,
extra shit ain't no cool. And the flip side for women, dudes, all this extra jury shit and all this other bullshit and all this, like, you don't have to tell a woman what you have. Stop telling women what you have. No man
right,
who's wealthy, no man who has his shit together is gonna tell you what he has going on. If y'all end up dating, you'll find out eventually. But no man
right,
of any substance, I gotta say this, Chuck, no man of any substance is gonna let you in on his financial status.
right, 100%.
They're not doing that. No man that has anything to of value is telling you what he has if he don't know you. It's the dudes that don't have shit that want to proclaim they got shit to invite you into their life so they can get what they want and bounce. You women have to
100%.
understand this, man. And I'm not preaching, but I'm preaching because I see it on both sides. Anybody of value, it takes time to understand that person, get to know that person, the ins and outs, and
Right,
over time you would understand who they are and what they about. But first meeting somebody, your breast
right.
is out, your titties out, all this other stuff, or you got a million
And they hand no, hey, the main thing that's out is they fucking hands.
hands
That's what's
out,
out. Yeah,
cups.
because they want something. Yeah, they want something. But my advice, honestly, to the women out there that's dating or trying to whatever the fuck it is y'all doing, um, just don't ask for nothing. Just shut the fuck up,
Ooh,
see how it go, and the man to do what he wants to do, when he's ready to. So you'll get more without asking than you would by asking. Because when you ask a man to buy, oh, you got to drop that bag, you got to do
that's
this, you got
crazy.
to fucking take me here and there.
That
That
sounds
shit is a
crazy.
turn off.
Turn
Don't
off.
nobody want to hear that shit. Yeah. If I want to fucking take you to Chipotle, then that's where we going. Fuck. If you don't like it, then get the fuck out my car, and that's it. I'll take you to SDK when I'm ready. Simple. I'm telling you. That's what it is, bro. My first date, my first date when I started dating my wife, it took us 2 weeks before we even saw each other. We were on the phone
Yeah.
for 2 weeks talking. My first date was to the fucking airport because I had to pick up my brother coming down from New York. And then, bro, it was crazy. So we just sitting there talking and shit. And then fucking, flight was delayed. So we were there for like an extra hour or whatever. And then it was already late, close to midnight. So we fucking went from the airport to Perkins and went on about our day. That was
Wow.
it. I ain't get no complaints. I'm too good for this shit. I ain't get none of that. I
Right.
mean, the fuck? It's crazy. These women now, they're like, I'm not going to the airport with you. You got to do that first and then come get me.
Wow.
That's how this shit is nowadays. Hell nah.
Wow. And
I ain't with that. I don't got the patience for it. Yeah.
I'm gonna speak on that situation that happened on social media with the chick saying that
Oh, the Cheesecake
the
Factory.
Cheesecake Factory is not in her, like, something that she don't do chain restaurants. Ladies, please tell me this ain't real. Please tell me y'all don't feel that way. Please tell me, because
I,
I'm
I
telling
I
you.
I guarantee you, you go to that chick's apartment, that bitch ain't got no furniture. I guarantee you, because it's always the ones that don't have shit that want the most shit. It's always like that. But a chick that got something or whatever, she would have been like, "All right, cool, whatever. We just gonna talk, whatever. If I ain't interested, then I'm out." That's what real women do.
Yeah.
But she was like, "I look too good. I don't got all dolled up. You got to take me here and there." Nah, bitch, you going home. That's what you're doing. And dude, he was too polite. He was way too
Way
fucking
too
nice.
polite.
Yeah, he was way too nice. Me personally, I couldn't have did it. I just I just can't. I couldn't have did that. But yeah, he was way too nice. She thought she was too good for that. I mean, the fuck. She yeah.
Have y'all
But go
forgot?
ahead, moving on.
Have y'all forgot how much cheesecake? I mean, just cheesecake alone. We looked up cheesecake last week. A slice of cheesecake is almost $15. I'm confused.
Right.
Like, what the hell? Shit. A dinner.
But it's not only it's forget the pricing. The point in dating is to get to know someone,
Right.
to see if okay you deserve a second date or a third date or whatever, which I think that was their first date or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the point of going out on a date. So it don't matter where the fuck you go. It's not like he's taking you to, you know, I don't know, wherever. But he was taking us somewhere decent where they can sit down and have a conversation. So that was the point of that. But she missed the whole concept. Now I guarantee you she wasn't into that dude. She was just there for a free meal and she thought she was going to fucking take advantage of the situation, and it backfired on her. And then social media went in on her, which was great.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what it is, man. She just crazy.
And I don't know if it was you, Chuck, that was telling the story about the dude who that
What's
he's.
that?
I don't know if it was my client or you. This guy, he's a pharmacist. Was that you that saying that he's a pharmacist and he wanted to take a girl out on a date? And
Nah.
he does well. Okay, then there's this guy. He's a pharmacist. He does well for himself, and he's like, "Yo, when I'm trying to get to meet somebody, I'm not spending $200 $300 a week on just getting to know somebody, taking them out." So I guess he wanted to take this
Right.
chick out, and he said, "Let's just go to a cafe, have some coffee and whatever, and have conversation." She said, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting on no makeup just to go to some cafe and have coffee." Yo, listen, man. If that ain't the most
Block and delete.
that if that ain't the most crazy, you got to think if a guy is actively dating. Let's say if a guy is
Right.
actively dating. Let's say you go on a minimum 2 dates a week and you spend $200 per date. That's $400 a week. That's what.
Hold on. Who the fuck spending $400 a week on
No,
dating?
I'm
That's
saying
85% of the
right. Like if you go, let's just say if a dude wanted to really, if he's let's just say if he's into like okay, these women want to go to this high price restaurant. Let's just say the minimum
that's not
per date. Let's just say the minimum per date. Let's say he was doing that. He paid at least
twice a week.
twice a week from like if one date didn't work out, did he go on another date that didn't work out? That's about $400 a week. That's sixteen hundred
Oh,
dollars a
that, so
month.
he's not taking the same chick. He's
Nah,
dating different
yeah.
chicks.
If he just like, oh,
Oh
that didn't
no,
work,
we
that
not.
that didn't
No.
work out,
That's
man. It
eight.
just, you know what I'm saying? That'd be too much. So
That,
why not? Why would women have a problem with having a conversation in the daylight with somebody? Why would y'all have a problem with where does the money have to be involved over a conversation? Chuck, I'm fucked up with this. How does the
that's 80.
conversation be? How does the
That's
conversation become?
85%.
Yeah, but how does the conversation become mandatory? I mean, less mandatory opposed to an environment and what you spending. I
Right.
don't want to call y'all the B word, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying, y'all, that don't make sense to me.
I'll say it, and fucking bitches. That's what they are.
I
I
just,
mean, if you're offended by what I said, then that's what you are. Because a real woman ain't gonna be offended. She gonna be like, "Oh, that man crazy," whatever the case
yeah,
is. But most women that act like bitches, that's what they expect. And like I said, 85% of the simps of men do that. You know, no, ain't no real man trying to do that, man. This is what it is. And most men that have something ain't gonna show you up front because they trying to see what value you bringing
right,
to the table.
right,
So you know, all these dudes that wear all this bullshit jewelry and rent all these exotic cars to try to get you is all a lie. And these women fall for the shit. So that's why they always getting their heart broken and talking about they can't find a man because that's exactly what you looking for. You looking for somebody who's living this false pretense of what they have when they don't really have that, but that's what you chasing. So you keep running into a fucking brick wall. And do I feel sorry for you? Absolutely not, because you should be trying to find somebody that you can chill with, settle with, or whatever the case is. It shouldn't matter what a man is bringing to a table. And like this has been brought up in several other conversations and interviews before.
mm-hmm.
Men, we don't care about what type of money you making or what you bringing, finances to the table because you're not spending that shit on us.
Right.
So we don't care
Absolutely
about
not.
that. Like that shit is out the window. All we want is for you to shut the fuck up and give us some type of submission and cooperation. That's it. That's all we want. It's simple.
Yeah. Before I gotta say this, like while we have this conversation, please
Go ahead.
subscribe, and comment. I want everybody. Don't be scared to voice your opinion on this podcast in the comments. So subscribe,
Yeah.
and comment, please. It is very important.
Especially
It
yeah.
it is very important for us to know, or for me to know what you really feel, man. I don't care if you say, "Well, Dre, y'all offended me." Well, then tell me why we offended you. You know what I'm saying? And just if you agree with us or disagree, or if you are here on the dating
Right.
scene, just tell me how you feel.
Right.
Subscribe, and comment. And again, this conversation won't. It's going to affect some people. It's going to affect
Right.
some people. Some people going to love this. Some people going to be like, "F them dudes," or whatever the situation is. But I'm gonna
Right.
tell you.
Especially me.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna say this in defense of my boy. Not even the defense of him, because he don't need I don't need to defend him. When you know somebody like him and my sister that have been dating for almost 19 years and been married for 18 years, you have to respect that shit. You can't say there's nothing bad you can say about that situation. Anybody of two different races come together and they build something and carry through and been together this long. Any comments you got to say about because he's saying this and saying that, yo, fuck that. That
Right.
their relationship has stood the test of time. I have seen it. I have a witness to it. I'm around it. I'm around them. My girl is good friends with Tony. Chuck is, they like my family. So I I don't have to defend him. Speaking from an aspect of saying, hey, listen, this is somebody who has a solid, great foundation in a relationship. And I'm gonna say this too quickly.
Right.
Yo, I don't know if you late 30s, 40s, 50s, or whatever. I don't know if you understand when you're in a relationship and you can be around people who other people that's in relationship and do things like, go to jazz parks or just go travel or just have good conversation, watch fight. That is the most rewarding part, one of the most rewarding parts about being in relationships, that you can spend that time with other people, and you can grab
Right.
little bits and pieces of what they doing to better their life, and understand how to make your life better and be around that type of people. So I don't understand why somebody wouldn't want to find somebody of quality so you could be around people who have the same thing and is going in the same direction and have the same input. Man, it's a great feeling to be around people who have successful relationships and you can see that shit. So this shit out here, this
Right.
Walking Dead out here, hey man, if you want to keep doing what you're doing, you gotta remember this. Your ass gonna get old one day. You're gonna get old one day. The shit you did to your
That's
body is gonna get
that's
bad.
what's happening
Yeah,
now.
it's happening now. You listen, and shit's going. It's time after time after time. You're gonna be
Right.
alone, and nobody. And let me tell you something. There's not a woman or man. There's not a woman, a real good woman, and a real good man who enjoys being alone. And if you
Right.
enjoy being alone all the time, I think you better go lay on somebody's couch and go talk to somebody, because that don't make sense. That's real talk. I don't know nobody who really wants to be through life alone, especially in the times that we're living in. For real.
Right. Based on what I've been hearing and reading and stuff, like a lot of people that are, living a single life and dating and all that, or just, trying to find themselves at fucking 50 and 60, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
A lot of during the interviews or whatever, eventually it comes out that they do want somebody because they're lonely.
Yeah.
And they just released a study a couple of weeks ago that I think it's in the United States, is the loneliest, has the loneliest population ever in history.
Wow.
So yeah, you got a lot of men and women that are lonely, but it's like they don't know how to come out that shit. And it's simple. It goes back to the old school ways. Just fucking talk to people. That's all you got to do. Talk, conversate, go on a date or whatever instead of using your fucking fingers. And I mean, honestly, is that simple. But like I said, I mean, whatever I said, during this, interview or whatever, if it offended somebody that's watching or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah,
It is what it is. We just talking the truth, and that's what it is. But yeah, the studies are crazy. You got more people who are lonely, more people who are depressed, more people who are on psych meds than any other time in history. Not to mention the suicide rates are going up because of loneliness, because they feel like they can't, find nobody or whatever the case is, and it's sad because
yeah,
we live in we living in the 21st century or whatever the case is.
yeah.
We got all this technology, we got all this stuff, and it's just getting worse out here. Like people are just really, really out of touch. People simple minded, and people can't think for themselves anymore, so they just go based on whatever's on TV or whatever's on the internet, social media, or whatever the case is, and they think that that is their reality, which is false.
False.
And all you have to do is just open up your mind a little bit and just have a conversation with somebody. If somebody approaches you, that don't mean off the rip they think, oh, he's trying to do this or he's trying to scam me or this, that, and the third. Just give
Facts.
somebody a chance, conversate. That's the point of dating.
Right.
And stop requesting, oh, I only eat at this restaurant or I can only go here. That's bullshit. Even if you want to take you to Starbucks, just go to fucking Starbucks. You in a populated restaurant or coffee shop, so you should feel safe, and you should be able to have a conversation and determine whether or not that person gets a second, third, fourth date or whatever the case is. But they're not doing that. Everything is, Twitter fingers.
Take y'all a winky dinky dog in this moment. That's crazy, man.
I can't do it.
I would rather have a robot. If I had to be out here again, I would get me a robot.
Nah,
A Sex J250.
I'm out. Fuck that. Go on, make room for me
in the upper room.
Coming home.
The upper room. But yeah, man.
Yes.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. I've been babbling. Go ahead.
Nah, man. I just really enjoy this conversation, and I just hope people can, disassociate how they feel sometimes and to literally just listen to a conversation, man. This conversation is real. And if you look at the world,
Right.
it's like I wouldn't want to be alone. No, I wouldn't want to be alone. Like, it's too much going on in the world. To have somebody there for you it makes it a little bit more comforting. So, I mean, but shit, all
Right.
this shit out here, man. Y'all better find somebody. Go ahead.
Next time, what you should do is, because I'm pretty sure this topic gonna come up again.
Yeah.
We just need to find, somebody that's single and can explain to us from their perspective on, why it's so hard or what it is they're doing wrong or whatever it is, on why they are single, and what will they prefer, whether it be in a relationship or continue to be single with this craziness going on in this world.
I want to say one more thing. I forgot to say this. I forgot to
Yeah, go
say
ahead.
this shit.
Shit.
One of y'all, man, women stop doing this, and men too. I gotta say this before we check out of here. One of my boys, one of my clients, yo, stop putting these fake pictures of you. Stop photoshopping your pictures on these dating apps, and then listen. Listen.
They do that?
Yeah, listen. This is a horror story. One of my
Jesus.
clients, one of my boys said, man, the chick that he was, talking to, which to this day I understand why he just didn't FaceTime her, but that's neither here or there. But she had a certain image on her site. So the chick that he saw was like, oh, okay, yeah, she looked nice. Man, they went to Top Golf, and listen, that
Hold on,
wasn't.
did he meet her there or he picked her up?
She drove her car and he drove his car there.
Oh, so they met there.
They met there.
Hey, I would have left. Yeah, I would have left.
Hey, I would have left with me. Listen, I would have I would have like, this shit is wrong. You ain't this ain't who is this? And it wasn't who it wasn't what she put out there. She was totally different. She was like 200 pounds heavier than what her photo said it was, and it was like crazy, man. So y'all gotta start y'all gotta
Crazy.
stop this shit, man. People can get hurt like
But
that.
all right, well the question is, did he stay?
Unfortunately, yeah, I would have bounced immediately.
That's the 85%. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the 85%.
and I don't understand that. And like I said, he's a good dude. I can't knock him. I don't understand. He just like
$85.
I can't say that, Chuck. I don't want to knock him like that. He a good dude, man.
That's a 85%.
I
That's
just
85%.
I wish he
That's
would
what
have
it is.
I wish he would have left because he would have taught her a lesson. He would have taught her a
Cause,
lesson.
cause a real dude, if you portraying something on social media and we met on a dating app or whatever the case is, and then I finally get a chance to meet up with you,
Yeah.
and you're not what you showed me this whole whatever weeks, days, or months, I'm out.
Out
Ain't no
immediately.
way. I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gone. Fuck you pay for the bill. I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
gone. I'm not dealing with this shit. There's no conversation. There's no, oh, but you said, oh, you look. Nah, I ain't got time for that. I'm gone. I'm not doing it.
And she lied about having kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's 85%.
Women stop doing that.
That's 85%. All you gotta do is be honest, tell the truth. And that's why a lot of people don't do this either. And I used to do this all the time whenever I would date a chick or whatever. I even did this before I married my wife. The first couple of conversations, I'm asking questions that I want to know. If you get offended, so fucking what? Just
Right.
ask the questions you want to know so you'll be able to know, well, okay, well, I could deal with this, I can't deal with that, and just weigh your pros and cons. A lot of people don't do that. They're just like, they just bullshit conversation. What movies you like? I don't give a fuck what movie you like. You know what I'm saying? Do you have AIDS? That's what I want to know, bitch. We getting tested. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Like, how many kids you got? How's your credit? Who you live with? You
Right.
still dealing with your ex? Like, I'm asking all these fucking questions. Most people don't do that. They just, this is the bullshit. So I recommend just ask what you want to know up front, whether it's the first conversation or the second. I mean, just ask detailed questions and see how their response is. And you'll know, you can read body language. Most people can.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll know when somebody's lying to you if they start stuttering or be like, oh, whatever. Just ask the questions you want to know, and that'll save you a bunch of time and a bunch of money.
And stop being in a hurry to get in bed, man. I think this is my last little tidbit. If a woman is a real good woman, she's not gonna go to bed with you early. Don't even that shouldn't even be on your mind. If you're a real good dude, that should be the last thing on your mind is how soon you gonna get in the bed. Just conversate with the individual, get to know her, and it's gonna happen organically. Stop trying to force people in a situation, or stop allowing these situations to happen, and then you're trying to get
Right.
to know somebody after, or you have sex with somebody, now you're pregnant, now you got to get to know this person that you only known for a month or so. Be slow to do what you got to do, man. Just get to know a person.
Don't be too slow though. Don't be too slow. I joke with my wife about this all the time, man. Because when she first came to my crib, that was like our first meetup or whatever the case was. I don't fucking remember. But anyway, when she first came to the crib, she called me. She was like, "Yeah, I don't feel good or whatever." So I'm like, I'm like, just come through so we could talk or whatever. So this is a joke me and her got. So I had made her some soup because she wasn't feeling good. So we sat at my my kitchen bar, whatever the case was. We talked for a little bit. And I always tell her, I'm like, you would have been married a lot sooner if you would have gave me something that night. She like, no,
Wow.
you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have married me. Yeah, but that's a little joke between me and her. But yeah, that was our thing. I had made her some soup and stuff. Whatever it was, she wasn't feeling good, but she knew what type of time I was on because I was spitting game like a motherfucker,
Yeah.
and I got shot down.
Yeah, that's good. She shot you down.
Yeah, absolutely. But I still would have married her because she's a fucking amazing woman. I love her to death.
Y'all hear that? That's great. That's great,
Yeah,
man.
amazing.
So get out of these
Yeah.
streets. I got an amazing woman that I need to hurry up and marry.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
conversation for another day. It's coming, baby. It's coming,
That's that's
baby.
that's another podcast. That's another episode.
But nah, this
But
conversation. Go ahead, Chuck. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No. I'm just rambling. But yeah, just to the advice to the men and women out there, man. Like I said, just ask the questions you want to know, save time, and women off rip, stop asking for shit, and just go with the flow. If you're not interested, stop trying to get a free meal or pictures with the man's car, whatever the case is. If he's not your type, just shut the shit down. Don't even go on a date. You know what I'm saying? And the men, stop being 85% out here, bro. Just, if it's not what you want, keep it pushing.
Yeah, and know what you and know what you're looking for. If y'all not looking for a real relationship, get the fuck out the way. That's how I feel. If you
Well, it depends on the age too. Like I said in the beginning, it depends on the age. So,
I'm talking to
between
these grown.
18 and 25.
Yeah, I'm talking to these
Oh, well,
grown ass
yeah.
people. Like you grown. If you over 35, you a grown person. So if you out here just doing whatever,
25.
yeah. So just overall, if you out here dating, know what you do. Just that. Know what you're looking for before you leave the house. Know what you will accept and what you won't accept. That's for the women and that's for the men. And men,
Right.
men. Stop being simps out here, man, for real. Like you can't give in and fold into what these women are asking for off the rip
Right.
after an hour of knowing you and then complain about it later on. Period. And women, you can't complain about the guy not being who he was after you didn't gave it up to him after because you seen him driving a certain car or thought he had a certain amount of bread. You can't do that. Y'all don't want to hear the complaints
Right.
no more. Y'all need to really decide
Yeah.
what you want before you leave the house and before you enter the dating scene and get your mental right. If you have some mental health issues and if you have some leftover
Right.
luggage,
A lot of them do. A lot of them do both, mental and
so
luggage.
get your mental right and get rid of the leftover luggage from your last
Right.
relationship before you go to a new relationship. Stop carrying all these bags like Erica Badu say, the bag lady. God damn,
Right.
get rid of them
And
bags.
if you're 25 and up, you got to move out of your parents' house.
Get
I'm sorry.
get out.
That's just what it
Get
is.
out.
Yeah. So ladies,
Get out.
men, if dudes, if she living with her baby daddy, they still fucking. Women, if the man living with his baby mama, they still fucking.
Absolutely, I
So
agree
don't
with that.
believe that. Oh, she just staying here so she find her own place, and then you get your heart broken later on down the line.
Yeah.
So, and if they living with their parents, just fucking go because they ain't got no ambition to leave.
And women, if a guy's texting you, and girls, if a guy's texting you, I mean, all the time, and she never conversating with you, you ain't the only one.
Yeah, good point.
So it's been a great conversation with my boy, man. It didn't turn out as bad as I thought. This is a exclusive edition. This is the Halloween edition of the Dating in America 2023 from the perspective of 18 years in the game of marriage and 4
Yes,
years
sir.
in the game of with my beautiful woman. So take it for what it's worth. We have the credentials to tell y'all this because we see this shit all the time. We hear this shit all the time. So leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Leave your comments on this one, man. This is gonna be the one that you want to say something about. Speak your mind, don't hold back
Right.
nothing. Say what the hell you got to say. So
100%.
it's been a good one. It's been a good one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, and don't forget about Shagaf Oud. This is good. All you need is 2 sprays. Don't overdo it. All you need is 2 sprays. Guys, stop overspraying your cologne. God damn it, man. All you need is a couple sprays. Spray them in your key points. Don't spray them all on your clothes, man. Nobody want to smell that shit.
They still wearing Curve. Curve is light, so they got they got to spray at least 5-6 pumps.
Y'all better stop wearing Jakar out here, man. Come on, shit.
Yeah,
and cool water. God damn it, man. Come on. All you need is a couple sprays on your neck and on your arms, and you're good. Don't spray all that shit on your shirt. Chuck,
Yep.
you're my man, 50
Yes,
grand,
sir.
bro. I appreciate this conversation, man. I hope that everybody else appreciate the same.
Absolutely.
So this is another one in the Raptors, man. We appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe, and comment. I applaud everybody for always supporting and going to view all the episodes. I appreciate you, man. This show is rising to the top. Thank you so much. Peace.
Yeah.